Sanijar was the wife of Mahmud, a wealthy merchant. I travel to countries all over the world and visit exotic markets. I have a good eye for exquisite fabrics and precious stones and have become a rich man because of that. That is how Mahmud introduced himself. One day, he said goodbye to his wife and went to travel across the oceans again. During his journey, he arrived at a harbor in which he had never before moored his ship. Mahmud went to the magnificent city and saw a notice at the gate. It read, "To all travelers from faraway countries who would like to get to know our customs and manners. Here, you don't have to eat alone at an inn. It is customary that a visitor comes before the great Shah, the mighty ruler of the city, and offers him a gift. He will then be invited to dine with the Shah in his palace, and afterwards a board game will be played." Mahmud contemplated. "Fortunately, I have a few precious stones in my pocket for a gift. I will go to the palace at once." Upon reaching the palace, he bowed to the Shah and said, "Mighty ruler of the city, please take these precious stones as a gift." "Dear stranger, I am happy to meet you. Where do you come from, and which countries have you visited? I am very curious to get to know you. Would you like to dine with me? There will be as many delicacies as you like, and we will be served the best wines and juices there are. And afterwards we will play a game." Mahmud didn't hesitate long. "Thank you, great Shah. I will gladly accept your invitation." They sat down at the table, talked a lot, and dined lavishly. After dinner, the table was cleared and the board game set up. "Listen, stranger," said the Shah, "I don't play for fun. These are my rules. I own a very special cat who is faithful to me alone. She can lie still without a single movement for as long as I please. We shall play until the cat moves or until you declare your defeat. If I win, you and all your treasures shall be mine. If the cat moves, I shall be in your hands." "I don't think any cat can lie still for such a long time," thought Mahmud. "I consent. Let the game begin." "Come, my cat, come here and lie down," the Shah called out. The cat entered. She was big and black and lied down beside her owner. Then she closed her eyes and did not move. "I do feel a little uncomfortable," Mahmud thought, "but I have agreed to the rules, so now I must play." They played for a night and a day, and the cat did not move. They played for another night and another day, and nothing happened. "We have already played for a third night, and dawn is breaking. The cat is still lying there like a statue of marble, without a twitch of her whiskers. I cannot take it any longer. But I'm sure the Shah will have mercy and spare me," Mahmud thought. "You have won, great Shah," he called out. But he was terrified as the Shah answered with a wicked twinkle in his eye, "Then I shall throw you in the dungeon. Servants, come and arrest him and his crew. Bring everything you can find on his ship into my palace." Many days and weeks passed by while Sanijar eagerly awaited the return of her husband. One day she received a letter in which one of Mahmud's servants that escaped reported to her what had happened. "I will leave at once and free Mahmud, but I will take the 2 mice that have nibbled on my grains in the pantry," Sanijar said. She set sail and soon reached the faraway city. She asked for an audience with the Shah right away. "Good day, great Shah. Take these exquisite fabrics as my gift," she said, and bowed before him. "How could I resist such grand offer? Please Come and dine at the palace and play a board game with me, answered the Shah, just as Sanijar had hoped. They sat down at the table and ate, and again the Shah explained his rules after they had dined. I own a very special cat. She can lie still for as long as I please. We shall play until the cat moves or until you declare your defeat. What if the cat moves while we are still playing? Asked Sanijar. In that case, I shall be in your hands, said the Shah and laughed. So it shall be, answered Sanijar. Come, my cat, come here and lie down, the Shah called out. The cat entered.
Meow.
Lie down and closed her eyes. The board game was brought in, and the Shah and Sanijar began to play. But Sanijar had hidden the 2 mice under her dress, and they now quietly snuck out from underneath it. Presently, the first mouse scurried down her leg and began searching for crumbs under the table. The cat opened one eye and squinted. The Shah looked at her angrily, and she closed her eye again. Then the other mouse jumped out from underneath Sanijar's dress and joined the first one. The cat opened both her eyes and watched the mice carefully. The Shah hissed at her angrily, and she closed her eyes again, but her whiskers were trembling. The mice found many crumbs left over from the feast, squealed with joy, and began to happily jump about. Finally, the cat could not hold back any longer. She jumped up and tried to catch the mice, who escaped into different directions and hid behind the heavy curtains. What outrage! Cried the Shah, but it was too late. What a terrible cat! How could she let me down like this? Dear stranger, please spare me. I beg for your mercy, he pleaded. You can have all my riches if you just let me go. But Sanijar answered, I don't need your possessions. I have plenty of beautiful things of my own. Instead, I shall free all your prisoners and hand you over to the people of your city, who I am sure will have a lot to say to you. And so it was. Sanijar freed her husband, and the Shah had to live in a small hut outside of the city because his cruelty and greed had turned his people against him. From that day on, the people reigned over themselves. Sanijar and Mahmud visited the city often, and together with the people, they celebrated their freedom.